Over the decades, NFL refs have made some wild calls, and some of them were so bad they changed the game forever. From missed flags to hallucinated touchdowns, these are the most outrageous NFL calls ever made. 1. The Fail Mary, 2012. If there's one moment that made NFL fans question reality, it's this. 2012, Seahawks vs. Packers. Final seconds. Russell Wilson lobs a Hail Mary. Packers MD Jennings clearly catches it. Golden Tate just has one hand in there. One ref says interception, the other says touchdown. And just like that, the Fail Mary is born. The catch? These weren't even real refs. The league was in a referee lockout and the replacements looked just as confused as we were. They ruled it a touchdown. Seahawks win, Packers lose their minds. The NFL defended the call, then ended the lockout the next day. Coincidence? Yeah, right. This wasn't just a bad call, it was so outrageous it forced the NFL to fix itself. If you thought mistaking a catch was wild, how about mistaking a helmet for the actual football? Yeah, that happened. 2. The helmet touchdown, 1998. Back in 98, the Jets were up against the Seahawks. Quarterback Vinny Testaverde tried to run it in on 4th down. He didn't make it. The ball never crossed the line, but his helmet did. And somehow, the refs decided that was close enough. Touchdown Jets. The Seahawks lost because the officials thought a helmet was the ball. No joke. But here's the silver lining. This moment was so embarrassing, the NFL brought back instant replay the very next year. So technically, Testaverde's helmet changed the game, literally. And just when you think refs couldn't ignore something more obvious, they managed to miss a crime happening right in front of their eyes. 3. The no-call pass interference, 2019. NFC Championship, Saints vs. Rams, game tied, under 2 minutes to go. Drew Brees throws to Tommy Lee Lewis, and boom, he gets leveled before the ball even gets there. Obvious pass interference, right? Everyone saw it, except the referees. No flag, nothing. That missed call cost the Saints a chance to run the clock and kick the game-winning field goal. Rams got the ball, forced overtime, and ended up going to the Super Bowl. The league admitted the mistake after the game. Like, that helps. New Orleans was furious. Fans protested. The city even filed a lawsuit, and the NFL responded by letting teams challenge pass interference the next season. Spoiler, it was a disaster and got scrapped after 1 year. So yeah, the Rams went to the Super Bowl and the Saints got robbed in broad daylight. If refs missing blatant interference wasn't enough, wait till you hear about a touchdown that's been debated for over 50 years, because no one's still sure how it even counted. 4. The Immaculate Reception, 1972. AFC Divisional Playoff, Steelers vs. Raiders. Steelers are down 7-6 with 22 seconds left, 4th and 10. Terry Bradshaw scrambles and fires it toward Frenchie Fuqua. The ball ricochets, as then somehow Franco Harris grabs it inches from the turf and takes it to the house. Touchdown Steelers. Game over. But here's the problem. At the time, NFL rules stated that if an offensive player touched the ball first, another offensive player couldn't legally catch it unless it also touched a defender. To this day, no one knows for sure if the ball hit Fuqua, the defender, or both. There wasn't a clear replay. The refs huddled for what felt like forever, then ruled it a touchdown. The Steelers moved on. The Raiders still believe they were robbed. And the Immaculate Reception, it's considered one of the greatest and most controversial plays in NFL history. And if one controversial play can spark debate for decades, the next one was so ridiculous. It forced the NFL to rewrite the rule book. 5. The Bert Emanuel Rule, 1999. NFC Championship game, Rams vs. Buccaneers. The Bucs are trailing late in the 4th quarter, driving for a chance to take the lead. Quarterback Sean King fires a 13-yard pass to Bert Emanuel. He catches it, goes to the ground, and maintains full control. But the tip of the ball barely grazes the turf. The refs reviewed it and ruled it incomplete. The stadium went silent. Tampa fans were stunned. That one call crushed the Bucs' drive and effectively ended their Super Bowl hopes. The backlash was so strong, the NFL actually changed the rule the following offseason. Now, if a receiver has control of the ball, even if it touches the ground, it can still be ruled a catch. So yeah, Bert Emanuel didn't just make a play, he got an entire rule named after him. Now, blown calls in regular games are one thing, but when you ruin the freaking Super Bowl, yeah, that's next level outrageous. 6th Super Bowl XL 2006. Steelers vs. Seahawks, the biggest game of the year. But instead of a fair fight, it turned into a masterclass in how to ruin a championship with bad officiating. Early on, Seahawks receiver Darrell Jackson scores a touchdown, called back for a soft offensive pass interference. Later, a holding call wipes out a massive gain that would have put Seattle at the 1-yard line. Then, Ben Roethlisberger scores on a QB sneak, except the ball never actually crosses the goal line, still ruled a touchdown. It was like every close call magically favored Pittsburgh. After years of denial, head referee Bill Levy finally admitted he blew multiple calls. "I'll go to my grave wishing I had been better," he said. Cool, Bill, but maybe do that before handing someone the Lombardi Trophy. Seattle lost 21-10 and fans are still salty, and honestly, rightfully so. And if you thought the Super Bowl was the worst place for chaos, imagine losing a playoff game because the refs couldn't tell which direction the ball went. 7. The Music City Miracle 2000. AFC wildcard game, Titans vs. Bills. With just 16 seconds left, the Bills kick off, leading 16-15. The Titans field it, hand it off to Frank Wycheck, who then hurls a crossfield lateral to Kevin Dyson. Dyson takes it all the way for a 75-yard touchdown. Titans win, or did they? The debate exploded instantly. Was it a lateral or a forward pass? Replay angles were inconclusive, but many believed the ball clearly traveled forward, which would make it an illegal forward pass and nullify the play. The refs reviewed it for minutes, then let it stand. The Titans moved on, and the Bills got booted from the playoffs in the most heartbreaking way possible. It's still one of the most controversial finishes in NFL playoff history. And no, Buffalo fans have not moved on. Now, most bad calls hurt a game, but the next one, it created a dynasty and gave birth to one of the most hated rules in NFL history. 8. The Tuck Rule Game 2001. AFC Divisional Playoff, Patriots vs. Raiders. Snow's falling, it's late in the fourth, the Patriots are trailing, and Tom Brady drops back to pass, gets hit, and fumbles. Raiders recover. Game over, right? Not so fast. The refs huddle, go under the hood, and pull out a rule barely anyone had ever heard of, the Tuck Rule. It said if the QB's arm was moving forward, even slightly, it wasn't a fumble, it was an incomplete pass. So Brady's fumble? Erased. The Patriots keep the ball, tie the game, and go on to win in overtime. Raiders fans lost their minds. The rule was so bizarre and hated, the NFL eventually scrapped it in 2013. But the damage was done. That one call helped launch the Patriots dynasty. So yeah, thanks to the Tuck Rule, we got 20 years of Brady domination. As if one confusing catch rule wasn't enough, the NFL doubled down with a call so dumb it made fans question if anyone knew what a catch even was. 9. The Calvin Johnson No Catch 2010. Lions vs. Bears. Calvin Johnson makes a textbook catch in the end zone. 2 feet down, full control, goes to the ground, and places the ball. Refs? No catch. Why? Because the ball moved slightly when he hit the ground. Never mind the fact that he'd already caught it, celebrated, and handed it to the ref. Fans lost it. Analysts were baffled. The call stood, and it sparked years of confusion over what a football move even meant. And just when you thought that was peak nonsense, along came Dez Bryant. Zainter Days caught it, 2015. Playoffs, Cowboys vs. Packers. 4th down. Dez makes an insane leaping grab, comes down with it at the 1-yard line. The crowd goes wild. Refs review it and rule it incomplete. Why? Didn't survive the ground. The NFL later admitted, yep, it was actually a catch. But by then, Dallas was eliminated and Green Bay moved on. It was so bad, the league had to clarify the catch rule again. Seriously, at this point we need a PhD to understand what counts. And there you have it. The calls so bad, they changed games, broke hearts, and even rewrote the rule book. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because we've got plenty more NFL chaos coming your way.